Right then, hello everyone and welcome back to the Assetto Corsa Offline Championship here for round number 5 of the 2020 Super Formula Championship at the Sepang International Circuit in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Yes, Super Formula returns after about 42 days of an absence. We are finally back with Tier 4 of the ACOC, and we got a lot of brand new drivers, and we visit our brand new circuit as well in Super Formula. 20 minutes of qualifying await us, and in the commentary booth today, it is me, your commentator Miran, and joining me once again for Super Formula, it is Jamie. Good afternoon.
Thanks once again, Maran. We're here just behind the halfway point here in the Super Formula calendar here for round 5 of 11 of this Super Formula series. It's the second time actually that the Super Formula series races on a track that Formula 1 once held. As we know here in round 5 in Formula 1, there was a fantastic race here that's set to behold. And if anything, this track is going to be a spectacle unlike any other. And I'm sure we'll see that here in the qualifying session here.
Indeed, this track has played host to many different series over the years. We came here first back in 2017, obviously Formula 1. Now Super Formula will be the newest series to visit Sepang International Circuit. Obviously a very, very decorated track this is. But yeah, as we will witness one of the rookies, this is Kwon Ji-wan on a lap at the moment, and I will take you through the track. So, the Sepang International Circuit, located just 45 kilometers south of the capital Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. This track was opened in 1999, making it 23 years old this year. Designed by infamous Formula 1 architect Herman Tilke, this track was originally meant to host Formula 1 races, and it did host the Malaysian Grand Prix in 1999 all the way up until 2017. It's also hosted motorcycle races here. MotoGP has been here since 1999 as well. It's and is still here today, unlike Formula 1. You've got stuff like the Sepang 12 Hours and the Porsche Carrera Cup Asia, a few series like here. Super Formula has visited this track under the Formula Nippon moniker back in 2004, and that marks the only time this track has come here, but this track obviously is more famous with Super GT. That series has been here since 2004 all the way up until 2013. But this track layout, which has stood the test of time since 1999 and has remained unchanged since then, is 5.5 kilometers long, 15 turns, and a lap record in these cars, although it was back in 2004, was a 2-minute 9. So we should expect a lot faster lap times since then. But yeah, Jamie, what do you make of the circuit?
This is an absolute amazing track here to behold. 2 straights back to back, which provides for great overtaking here. Con takes provisional pole, very good for the South Korean driver. But the corners here are second to none. Every single type of combination that you can think of, every single type of speed and challenge, elevation change as well. This will pose some really tricky challenge here for these drivers here as the championship leader goes fastest at the moment. But yeah, I think for these new rookies here who are making their ACOC debut, this will be a very exciting spectacle to behold.
Indeed, we've got a lot of new rookies, a scary amount of rookies even. So we're going to have to take a lot of time to capture them. In fact, the top 5 in the championship, only 2 of them are on the grid right now. But you got some of the guys here. This is Ezekiel Newan. I'm really sorry if I did butcher the pronunciation there. I really haven't nailed that. But yeah, from the Ivory Coast, he makes his debut with TCS Nakajima Racing. Got one of the more familiar guys, the 2 Kondo cars of James Morris Pearson and Zachary Fitzwater. There is Mikolas Chernik, now in the KCMG, obviously, returning. You've got Marco Rosenthal in the Team Impul car. The Austrian making his debut in Super Formula. Miran FG and Jetan Shaw crossing the line as Shaw goes fastest. There's Eric Novosad from Canada, the other Team Impul car. Team Impul with a brand new lineup. Halil Shahin crosses the line, the man who has been a frequenter of Tier 3, missed out on a Porsche Super Cup seat and thus makes his debut in Super Formula. There's Victor Rafael from Brazil in the Team Mugen cars. There's a lot to cap off here, but we're going to go through it eventually. As Will Parrish gets himself up in the second. Nice stuff from the Formula 2 champion. There's Noah Clifton, but the same story as Shahin, as he has gotten himself down into Super Formula after missing out on a Porsche Super Cup stream, or Super Cup seat, I would have to say. But a lot of rookies, and currently it is the man from Canada, Eric Novosad, who is fastest with the 23 times on the board from Will Parrish and Noah Clifton in third.
Yeah, as well, for his really impressive there for Novosad as well to make his debut as well. I think he replaces AF Welsh's seat actually. He takes the number 20 car as well, and to get up into pole is really impressive there for Team and Pool, who haven't been doing the kind of midfield in the standings, I believe, currently. No, actually, they're 11th out of 12 teams, actually. So that's pretty impressive there for Novosad in his debut to bring that car up so high, actually.
Indeed. He becomes, I believe, the fifth or sixth Canadian driver to have raced in the ACOC, as Marco Rosenthal now goes up into 18th. He's the first Austrian driver in the ACOC, as Shaw climbs up into third. The man who currently is P5 in the championship, looking to take advantage of the reshuffled field, obviously. There is Andrei Sazanov, the man from Russia, who goes up into 10th position.
I realised how Shaw is the only one now that is the closest challenger to championship leader now. Yusuf Khan now. Yuta Horigome and Roger James have both left. Horigome has been promoted to the Super Cups, the Porsche Super Cup, so no one can really challenge Kang at the moment apart from Shaw, so he'll be looking to capitalise on that for sure.
Yeah, indeed. This is going to be very good news for Kang and Shaw, obviously, who are at the top of the timing sheet, or top of the championship at the moment. Shaw, there obviously is, I'd say, in the more top of the timing sheets, as Mateusz Material now goes up into 16th, and up at the 17th is Paavo Sar. This is not his debut race, obviously. This is his second race. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what is gonna happen.
Yeah, I agree with you there. We've seen on the first onboard lap with, I think it was Kwana was the South Korean driver who replaces Yuta Horigome, how there's so much traffic around there. So it's going to be very difficult for these drivers here to try and really set a precise lap, because timing when you leave the pit garage is really key to put on a fast lap for this track.
Indeed, as Zachary Fitzwater has gone himself up to 7th, Rosenthal continues his climb as the Austrian goes up into 17th. I did make the mistake of saying he's the first Austrian driver. He's the second Austrian driver to compete in the ACOC. The first one was Alois Braunau in 2018 in the DTM tier. But yeah, nice to have a few Austrians on the grid as well. We've got a few other rookies, or I should say returning drivers. You've got Michael Sheeran in 21st, who had a brief spell in DTM back in 2018, and he now returns to the ACOC. You've also got Croatian David Juli in 22nd for, I believe it is the team, Vantelen Team Tom's team. And you got Sheeran in the other team, Dandelion Racing Car, alongside Kyon Ji-1, obviously.
Yep, but that actually improves. He's up into 10th now, and another new debutant of Adam goes up to 6th, actually.
Not a debutant, actually. Ryan Adam competed in Porsche Super Cup last season, so he is back in a full-time seat. As Paavo Sar, the Estonian, goes up into 7th. Nice lap time there from the man in the... I'm struggling to keep up with the teams. It's been so long since we've done this. In the Assetto Corsa he is in, and he goes up into 7th. Just behind his teammate Noah Clifton. So the two Drago Corsa cars not doing too bad at the moment, 5th and 7th.
Yeah, very well timed for them, as we're approaching under 10 minutes now left of the qualifying session left to go. So we can expect these times to get a little bit more faster now as they start to put the foot down.
Yeah, things are gonna get a bit more spicy now as we approach the second half of qualifying. There's Rahul Patel on his lap in the Red Bull Mugen. I think he's being blocked by, that's one of the Buzz Racing cars. So I do think, but I'm not sure who it is, considering I've, safe to say, I've lost touch of it with the field with all these new rookies coming in. But yeah, he is facing a bit of traffic on his lap. I do believe the car ahead is not on a flying lap.
No, they will be there. That car there, 51, that is Andrei Sassanov as well. So Sassanov blocked his Patel's lap now. So that's going to hinder his climb now as Michael Sheeran improves and breaks into the top 10.
Yeah, nice stuff from Michael Sheeran. Rahul Patel is going to cross the line. He does not improve, unsurprisingly. And he is going to go on the inside line of Andrei Sassanov heading into turn 1. And Sassanov, I believe, will start his lap now, but the two will go side by side, demonstrating the racing capabilities of Sepang. As they're going to continue this wheel-to-wheel battle. Patel will not be wanting to face traffic, but obviously he won't be setting any improvement.
Patel's actually fast as well, per sector.
It's a bit surprising. I think both of them are pushing each other, but Andrei Sassanov does stay ahead for the time being. Yeah, don't think Rahul Patel will be too happy with the young Russian making his debut.
Oh, absolutely not as well. They've got another car as well just in front of them now. That's going to be even more of a hinder of their problems now. I think he might be on an out lap or in lap, I'm not sure, but he is going really slow. I think Sassanov will hopefully not be able to set a fast lap.
Yeah, I believe that is David Julie who currently is slowest. Because the other team Tom's car of Will Parrish is currently in the pit lane. I have to say Parrish doing very well in second at the moment. So he's done a nice job as he's actually come out of the pit lane now. But Andrei Sazonov is just going to finish up his lap here as he heads down this little straightaway and down into the final corner. We're going to see what it will be for the man in the number 51 Buzz Racing cars. Rahul Patel comes into the pit lane. Let's see what Sazonov is going to be able to pull out here as he's going to go across the line, and it is P12 for Andrei Sazonov, so that is a pretty good lap.
Yeah, very good improvement as well for Patel. Patel's going into the pits. That's pretty bit unexpected considering his pace. Actually, he actually did improve in his first two sectors, so to see him come into the pits prematurely is but no point. Maybe we could have seen him into the top 10 if he continued on the lap. Shaw remains in third, and we see another battle here.
Yeah, that's as we're going to look at Eric Novosad, who improves by a tenth of a second. Very well done from Eric Novosad, I have to say, as James Morris Pearson goes up into 16th ahead of returning driver Mikolas Chernik, as Pearson's going to have a bit of trouble with the Nakajima racing car, but he does let the American go. Dear, that is Rahul Patel, and he spun round. He's going to try to navigate back onto the track, but let's see what happened to Rahul Patel. And this is into turn 4, and there's been a bit of a touch there with the Team Impel car. That's Marco Rosenthal, who I believe was on a flying lap there, and Patel wasn't. But Rahul makes his way back onto the circuit, and things do carry on as expected. There is the currently in the Team Impel car. We're going to interrupt you there as Mikolas Chernik, the Czech driver in the KCMG, still proving that he's got it as he goes up into P4. Nicely done from Chernik.
Pretty good, very impressive there from Chernik as well. I think it might still be an improvement now, so maybe we can see him break into the top 3, maybe if he continues on with this pace. But yeah, that's really impressive there from Chernik as well. His substitute performance in, I believe, it was in Fuji. It shows that he is more than capable of earning his full-time Super Formula seat.
Indeed, I have to say it's nice to see that he's finally gotten a full-time drive, as Mateusz Material has now gone up into 6th. David Julie gets himself out of last place as he's now up into 17th ahead of Kyun Ji-hwan. So nice stuff there, and that could see him going up the order a bit. There's Courtney Simpson battling away with Andrei Sazonov. He's been we've seen him quite a lot in this session, battling with different drivers, but obviously that's not really something you'd want to do in qualifying, especially with 4.5 minutes to go here.
Yeah, really as well. Time is ticking down, and he really needs to put in a very good lap here if he really wants to have any chances of getting to the top 10, which I think he'll be more than capable of as we ride now with Marino Ricci.
Yeah, Miran FG currently in P10. I believe Inging are the only team to have their full driver lineup retained since round one of Miran FG and Courtney Simpson. No, incorrect.
Hondo
Conda Racing as well. So they're the only two teams.
and Red Bull Mugen as well.
Yeah, well, Red Bull Mugen is a one-car team, so that's a bit expected.
So that's just three. So there are only three that just retained their lineup since round one as well, which is pretty outstanding to think about it.
Yeah, it's weird. It's very unusual for a series, but a lot of rookies come and go. We've had a lot of guys step up into different tiers as well, and a few have unfortunately left us. But the positive side about that is that it brings new rookies in. And speaking of rookies, David Juli up into P4. That's a very good lap from the Croatian with a 1:44.411, and he is only about 300ths off the man in P5 in the championship, Jethan Shaw.
Really good there from Julie as well. He was outside of he was in P19 at the time before he set his P4 lap as well. And to get up there is really impressive as there. Mirinovici as well breaks up into the top 10 as well in 7th. Whoa!
And that's Rahul Patel all the way up into 2nd. What a lap from him. And there is Ezekiel Newan up into 4th in the TCS Nakajima racing car.
Oh my God.
It's quickly topped by a brand new pole sitter. It's Ryan Adam by 0.3 of a second. What a lap from the man who makes his racing return. And Ryan Adam has gone on to provisional pole with 2.5 minutes to go.
4/10 quicker than Eric Noswa. Ryan Adam can be very impressed with that one as well, especially in his debut as well. What a way to make your impact as well by setting such an amazing lap as well. Kang makes an improvement. The championship leader is in 3rd.
Yeah, very well done from Joseph Kang. The championship leader will be very happy with that. And right now, it is a rookie racing 1-3 at the moment with Eric Novosad in the Team Impul car splitting the two at the moment. But with 2 minutes to go, things are getting quite exciting. Linus Timel is up into 15th in the Buzz Racing, and then you got Victor Rafael in 22nd, so he gets himself out of last place at the moment. David Jules goes up one position ahead of Jethan Shaw. A lot of improvements for the man who was last in the session a few minutes ago.
Yeah, I'm really surprised as Simpson. Wow, he goes up into 2nd.
Yeah, a very good lap for Courtney Simpson, the Jamaican. Up in the 2nd, 1:44 flat. Can't quite get into the 1:44s. There's Miran FG, his teammate, up at the 3rd. And it is an Inging 2-3 at the moment. It's going really well for them at the moment. And a lot of improvements. There's Zachary Fitzwater back up into 6th in the Condo Racing. I don't think we can call a pole sitter with a minute to go. It's getting so tense here.
Another one.
And that is Ji-Hwan Kyon. And the Korean driver has crashed.
I wonder if he was sitting on the inside of the racing line, just like it happened with Patel earlier in the session as well. I wonder if he was going slow. Yeah.
That's a pretty major off. That is Halil Shahin, whom he made contact with. And it won't be too good. But Ryan Adam has managed an improvement as he set up 1:43.610.
Oh my God! Wow.
Yeah,
4/10 faster again.
That is absolutely insane.
That's amazing. Yeah.
And so the question is, what is going to happen here with about half a minute to go? Joseph Kang is in the pit lane. So is Will Parrish and Jethan Shaw, who is basically all the way down to 11th, and Adam is improving in the first sector. The question is, who will be able to topple him, as this qualifying session really has been unpredictable so far.
Yeah, anyone's up for grabs here, and don't count on the top front as well. Any one of the bottoms can actually make an improvement and maybe even challenge for that position as well. We've seen it before with Julie as well. Samuel goes up into 9th as well. Pretty impressive there from the Swede.
Yeah, the former Formula 2 driver up into 9th as the checker flag is now out and we're waiting for all cars to come across the line. Kyon misses out and he will not be able to start his lap. Courtney Simpson's going to be the first man across then. What can he do as he goes across the line? He improves, but it's not enough for pole, though he does get himself into the 143s. Zachary Fitzwater, the Australian, is going to be the next man across the line as he will round the final corner then, turn number 15, as he's going to head down the start-finish rate. What will it be for Zachary Fitzwater in the Kondo Racing as he goes across the line? Fitzwater cannot improve. What about Rahul Patel in the Red Bull Mugen? He can't do it either. Pavel Sard in 16th does not improve. And what about Eric Novosad in fourth position at the moment?
We'll see about it because he was in pole position just a little over half a session ago now. He's got a pretty good line out that corner, but I'm not quite sure if it'll be enough to topple Adam, though. We'll see if he crosses the line. No improvement.
And it's third for Eric Novosad. He splits the two Inging cars apart, so still a really good qualifying on his racing debut. As Mikolas Chernik is next across the line in 14th, he cannot improve and he will stay in 14th, unfortunately for Chernik. Michael Sheeran, let's see if he's going to finish up his lap. He will, and let's see what the Irishman in the team down the line can do as he rounds the final corner. Currently in 18th. Let's see if he can lift himself out of that position. No, he cannot. What about Linus Timel in 9th as he goes across the line? And it's up into 4th for Linus Timel. Very, very well done as Victor Rafael goes up into 18th. Ji-Hwan Kyon is gonna go across the line. The man who's all the way down in 21st on his debut will go across the line, and unfortunately it will be 21st for Kyon. And then we're going to have Courtney Simpson, the final man across the line. What can he do as he goes across? He cannot improve. And I think thus it will be Ryan Adam on pole position as we wait for it. Yeah, there we go. And on pole, here's Sepang on his racing return. Ryan Adam is on pole position here at Sepang.
It was very exciting as well, the influx of the rookies and the amount of impact that they had here. We had so many position changes and pole changes within the last few minutes of this session here, and if anything is going to be reflected here for today's race, I think don't think first would be entirely safe for Adam though, but this will be very exciting for sure.
Indeed, but let's go through the starting grid then before lights out for Super Formula here at Sepang. Ryan Adam will start on pole position, and accompanying him on the front row it is Courtney Simpson. In second, Eric Novosad will line up third on his debut, with former F2 driver Linus Timel lining up in fourth. Behind him is fellow compatriot Miran Evji in fifth, with championship leader Joseph Kang a very, very good sixth at the moment. Zachary Fitzwater will be seventh, with Rahul Patel in eighth, and then it is defending F2 champion Will Parrish in ninth, with Ezekiel Gnewan 10th on his debut.
David Julie will finish at 11th on his debut. He can be pretty proud with that. Closest challenger to Kang is Jathan Shaw. The South African is finishing in 12th, followed by Matero, the Polish driver, finishing 13th. Chernik, after his substitute, returns full-time for 14th, followed by the second of the Australians of Noah Clifton in 15th. Pavel Savara is returned in 16th, followed by Stasanov, the Russian driver, will finish 17th. Followed by him is Rafael, the Brazilian, is in 18th, and Michael Sheeran returns in 19th. Hadi Sahin is in 20th, followed by the Yuto Gomez replacement in 21st for Con. Joel Morrison Pearson, the American, is in 22nd, and Marco Rosenthal is in 23rd.
Indeed, so let's go down to the grid then. It is going to be Ryan Adam on pole position as we are going to go to 6 lights here at Sepang. And we're underway here at Sepang. Looks to be a good start for Simpson behind, but Novosad has got an incredible start as he's already going to be challenging turn 1 there on the inside line. Here goes Eric Novosad. Simpson's going to try to make it 3 wide, but he isn't close enough just yet, and Eric Novosad takes the lead of the race here at Sepang all the way from 3rd, as Ryan Adam will have to settle for 2nd. Simpson going to try to chase down Adam, but he might be under pressure from his teammate Evji there, as Sheeran and Rosenthal is there battling away. There is the two Team Tom's cars. Julie is battling Parrish once again. It is rookie woes for Will Parrish, as his teammate has gotten ahead of him at the start.
Yeah, I'm really amazed from that start there. Noah said from third all the way up to first, so that was really impressive, though. You wouldn't expect starts like this in Sepang for sure, especially given how technical it is now. But everyone here is going single file as we head to Sector 2.
There's Rosenthal side by side with Michael Sheeran heading into turn number 7, that is, and he's going to try to make it stick on the inside line. He has it. There's Miran Evji down the inside line of his teammate Courtney Simpson. Simpson, though, has an easier time defending on the outside, and he will hold on third at the moment, as there is Clifton and Mikolas Chernik going side by side, as Chernik will hold ahead at the moment. So it will be the Czech driver in 13th. Parrish, though, is going to come under, or Julie is going to come under pressure from his teammate Will Parrish, as Chernik behind is going to try to get involved into the battle. There is Clifton and Pavel Sar going side by side, as Sar is on the inside of Noah Clifton. The two Drago Corsa cars going side by side. There's another battle there behind as well. I think Andrei Sazonov is involved in it, as he's going to go side by side with Jethan Shaw. Sar, though, on the inside line. There's 3 wide there heading into the final corner. Michael Rosenthal on the inside, Sazonov in the middle. They've somehow made that work, as Jethan Shaw has gotten both of them, but Rosenthal is going to be side by side with Sazonov heading into turn 1. There's Mateusz Material trying to fight for the final points paying position with the Croatian rookie David Jul. He's going to be there on the inside.
And that was a great overtake there from Material. I think he'll get 10th and he'll keep it that way as well. Julie can't really do much anything about as he drops down to 11th.
Yeah, Material up at the 10th. There's Rosenthal battling away with Sazonov, as we're going to head up into turn number 4, the braking zone. Who is going to be later on the brakes, as it is Andrei Sazonov, but Rosenthal will have the better traction round the outside, and he gets it done on Sazonov and defends the 17th place away from the Russian rookie, as Michael Sheeran has now caught up into this, having a look on the outside. I don't think that's going to be the smart thing, though, as Victor Rafael has got a very good run on the Irishman now, but he won't be able to try a move. He's having a look on the inside line,
there was
though.
someone going wide. That was Pearson going wide as well. I think that's going to hurt him a bit more from Kyon behind him.
Yeah, Kyon has not got the best of runs. Here comes Halil Shahin, not wanting to finish last on his Super debut, as he's gonna go on the inside line. Kyon, though, has a better time defending around the outside, and thus Shahin will unfortunately have to stay last. The man who is quite unlucky in the ACOC will have to stay in last for the time being, as Miran Evji is now chasing down his teammate Courtney Simpson, who has quite the gap to Ryan Adam in second at the moment.
Yeah, that's not what you want to do, especially for a track in Sepang. Whenever you get split off, you're going to get split off hard. We've seen this before in previous races as well. You need to stick close together as much as you can if you want to gain positions. Julie goes up into 10th, though, after a brilliant overtake from Material now, and DRS will be enabled in this lap.
Yeah, Eric Novosad is at the fast lap of the race, so the Canadian rookie really pulling away here, and yeah, he's doing a very good job. Material, though, is going to hold the inside line. David bit wide, and thus Material will hold on to the 10th position. Julius still there trying to get past the Polish driver, but he's going to have to stick with 11th, as there's Parrish and Chernik. A bit of deja vu here, as Mikolas Chernik is going to try to get past Will Parrish. He's going to go around the outside of the F2 champion, and I think he is going to do it, heading into the fast left-hander of turn 5. Mikolas Chernik is ahead of Will Parrish again.
These two keep trading on positions as well within the first 3 laps as well. It's probably going to continue like this. Not one of them is going to give an inch for sure.
Indeed, as we're looking at Miran Evji very, very close to the back of Courtney Simpson. Late lunge from the F1 driver, as he's going to try to be there on the inside line of Courtney Simpson, but once again, just isn't close enough, as Simpson does get the better exit on the outside.
Yeah, Simpson is really angry at the Ferrari reserve, especially whenever they've got 2-second gap between him and the leading pair of Adama and Eric Nosat as well. So I think Miran Evji is trying to close that gap by trying to overtake Simpson as quickly as he can.
Indeed, as we're going to head down to the final corner, is Evji going to have a good enough round to try it into turn 1. We're going to, or into the final corner. We're going to see as they head into the final corner. No move is being tried just yet, but he is going to have a very good helping of Slipstream heading into turn 1, as David Juli is going to be there into the final corner. He's on the inside of Mateusz Material, but Material gets the better exit, heading down the start-finish straight Is David Juli going to be able to line up a move heading into turn 1? He's on the outside. Will that be the superior line heading into the first corner as Material defends the inside? Side by side they will go as Material does defend from the Croatian rookie.
Yeah, really good there. We also saw Parish overtake Pavel Sara as well for P13 as well once again.
He was defending from Pavel Sara.
My apologies then. But that was really good though from them. You can see that these pack will probably fight a lot throughout this entire race as well, and they're already producing an amazing racing so far.
Yeah, Miran FG still chasing down his teammate Courtney Simpson. Simpson is putting up a good defense right now. FG might have to worry about Linus Timell there behind in 5th. We'll see what he's going to be able to do. But heading into the hairpin, FG tries it again. And we know how this story ends. Simpson is going to defend the outside line, and nothing will really come out of that. Battling, though, as we do know, is a bit costly. And it will lose them a lot of time. And that is obviously good news for Linus Timell up ahead. Or behind, should I say, who is going to be able to close up on these two guys and be in the fight for the podium.
Yeah, another one that can also benefit as well as Adam and Noah said. You can see how far they've ahead just by how much Simpson and Ivici have been just, attacking from each other as well, trying to get that 3rd position as well. It's going to be costly now because no other driver will be able to fight for the top 2 now.
Also, just a quick note, it's pronounced FG. If you're going to pronounce my name, you better pronounce it right. No, but there's David Juli on the inside line of Mateusz Material. We're going to go back to the battle between FG and Simpson as heading into turn 1. Miran FG is not close enough to Courtney Simpson. There, though, is Juli now on the inside line of Mateusz Material. We're going to see if that's going to work then, as he's going to try to get past the Team Mugen car. Heading through turn number 2, he's there on the outside. Mateusz, though, does defend. So, yeah, David Juli cannot get ahead for the time being. There.
Go ahead.
Yeah, there's Noah Clifton, who's going to try to get past Jethan Shaw down the inside, or I think it's Shaw trying to get past Clifton the other way round, as Clifton ran a bit wide, lucky not to make contact with South African, and it is going to be Jethan Shaw who gets up into 15th and splits the two Drago Corsa cars away from each other. So Shaw is now going to try to hunt down Clifton's teammate Pavel Sar in these following laps. FG, though, does not try it into the hairpin, so I think he has learned from his mistakes, it looks like.
Yeah, he's trying to keep that car very close to him now as we ride him back with Parish now. He's trying to, once again, make an overtake on Chernik once again. He goes a bit wide, though. That's going to be a bit problematic as Sar's right behind him now.
Indeed, as Sar through the chicanes. Parish, just the pace isn't there for the American. I don't know what it is, but it just doesn't seem to suit the car. As I say that, Parish is going to try to line up a move on Mikolas Chernik. As there's Linus Timell down the inside of me. The two are going to go side by side. FG, though, defends the outside line. Linus tried it there on the inside. There's David Juli side by side with Mateusz Material once again. The two are going to go side by side. They've been battling almost the entire race, but there's Timell on the inside line into turn 1, and then through turn 2 is going to have to go the long way round on Miran FG, as I think he's got a bit of a worse exit. No, he's got a better exit, in fact, as Material defends from Zul. There is Timell, who's going to be on the inside line of FG heading into turn 4. The Indian car gets the better exit compared to the Buzz Racing car, and thus Miran FG will be ahead heading into turn 4 for the time being.
Yeah, not the one exactly Miran exactly wanted as well. Being under threat from Timell is not going to do him any favours, especially on his quest to overtake Simpson as well, and that's going to be a bit problemsome for the Swede.
Indeed, as FG is still chasing down Courtney Simpson, heading into the hairpin. Very, very close between the two, but once again, he might have to watch out for a charging Linus Timell heading into the final corner again, because it is Sector 3, where it looks to be very, very quick compared to FG.
Yeah, as well. We've seen here now he's not trying to make any overtakes now on his teammate just for the time being now. Maybe he might make an overtake here. Oh, he's got a slightly better exit now. Maybe he might capitalize here on the final corner.
definitely could, as we're going to head into turn 15. Let's see if he's going to be able to do it. He's got a bit of slipstream there to help him, but into the final corner, he does have a look on the inside. Courtney leaves the space for his teammate, and he does get a bit close, but I don't think he is close enough. Will he try anything into turn 1, I wonder, as he does have the slipstream again, this time to his advantage, and he goes to the inside line. The two Inging wheel to wheel as FG's there on the inside line through the first couple of corners. He switches to the outside heading into turn 2. Simpson holds the inside line. FG gets the better run on the inside there, wheel to wheel, heading out of turn number 3, and then into turn 4. It should be Simpson theoretically with the better exit heading out of turn 4 as they head into the braking zone and out to the corner. Simpson does defend from Miran FG.
Miran did not exactly have enough speed coming out of turn 2 as well to make that move stick just before the troublesome of turn 4 it was, or 3, that allowed for Simpson to recapture the lead as well. So it's back to the drawing board then for the teammate.
Indeed, we're going to see if FG's going to be able to pull anything out of the hat here. He goes down the inside of Courtney Simpson into the hairpin, but once again, does not work for Miran FG. So trying to find every single opportunity to try and get past. It's very unlike him from what we saw in his Formula 1 days. He's just trying to get past at every single location. There is Mateusz Material, and there's a very big train behind the Red Bull Mugen car of Rahul Patel in 9th.
Yeah, it's really strange to see Rahul Patel kind of struggling as well, considering he's one of the closest championship contenders now. As we're riding aboard again, once again, is he going to try and make another move here in turn 15 as well? No, he keeps it safe. I think he's learned his mistake, and he might try it again in turn 1.
Indeed, it's going to be interesting. Here goes David Jules to the inside line, though, of Mateusz Material. Ryan Adam has not such a fast lap of the race. That is quite the shocker, as Jules up to the inside line instead of the outside. Let's see if that's going to work for him, though, because it is quite a long way back as we head into turn number 1. Will he succeed with it this time heading into turn 1? He's got a lot of traction there on the inside line. Mateusz holds the outside, though, but heading through turn 3, he gets it done, and finally David Julie is up into 10th.
Great overtake there on Material there for Julie as well. I must insist that he had enough speed for going into turn 1 as well. That allowed him to have that move stick by turn 2 as well, and that will be very good for Julie as well. And maybe he might make a move on Patel on the next lap.
Indeed, as Ezekiel Newan chasing down Zachary Fitzwater. We'll see what is going to come out of that battle at the moment, as Fitzwater's losing time on Linus Timel, looking a bit further up. Miran FG getting very close to his teammate Courtney Simpson under braking. David Julie now putting his sights on getting past Rahul Patel for 9th position. Have to say, not a bad race so far from David Julie.
Yeah, everyone's kind of just getting a little bit impatient now, but they know that overtake on that turn won't work, so there's really no point in attempting it because you're just going to lose time, and then you're going to end up under threat from the car behind.
Oh, but here's Miran FG very, very close to Courtney Simpson. Heading into the final corners, the two Inging cars will duel once again for 4th position, as he's going to be there on the inside line. The two are going to be side by side, heading down the start-finish straight, as Linus Timel doesn't look to make up any gains on these two. But heading into turn 1, Simpson did get the better exit momentarily, heading out of the corner. FG, though, is later on the brakes. Heading into turn 1, he's there on the outside line. And then into turn 2, FG will have the inside, which should give him the advantage, as Simpson tries to take a bit of a wider line to get a better exit. Heading out of turn number 3, Courtney Simpson should be ahead. Miran FG's just barely hanging on there. Heading into turn 4, FG has the outside line. Yeah, he should get this, as the outside line is the better line, and he gets it around the outside of Courtney Simpson. Miran FG finally passed his teammate up into 3rd.
It took so long, but finally he did it as well. But the question is, how soon can he catch up to the front runners as well? Because we know he's got the pace as well, but all that overtake, all that chances on overtaking on his teammate must have put some serious blow to him.
Indeed, obviously he's probably wasted a lot of power just trying to get past Courtney Simpson, and now he's got a 5.4 second gap to a charging Ryan Adam, who's trying to close up to the race leader Eric Novosad. So we'll see if FG is going to be able to close down the gap and possibly make an effort to win the race. As we're looking at Victor Rafael chasing down Michael Sheeran, Noah Clifton, who got past Marco Rosenthal a few laps earlier, is going to try to get past Jethan Shaw, the man who's P5 in the championship, currently outside of the points.
It's not quite the championship charge that Shaw would want as well. Considering he's the only sole challenger of Kang at the moment, he really does need to score some points now as FG sets the fastest lap.
Yeah, very well done from Miran FG, as Will Parrish will go on the inside line of Mateusz Material. His teammate obviously got past him a few laps earlier, and now Parrish wants to do much of the same. As we head into turn number 1, Parrish has the inside line, but it's going to have to go the long way around heading into turn number 2. Mateusz very strong on the defense as we've seen him, and he does defend from Parrish.
Serious Material is probably really doing his best to hold on to that P12 as well. We've seen him; he's done really well defending from Chernik and Julie, but it's a shame that he's in P12 at the moment now. But Parrish hopes to look that even further now, as Sarah's now looking to challenge Will Parrish.
Oh, and through the fast SS, Parrish runs a bit wide. Sarah on the outside does get the move done. That was lovely, and he's made the move stick.
Brilliant overtake there from Pavel Sar as well. He'll be really pleased with that as he goes up to 13th and challenges Material.
Yeah, nicely done from Pavel Sar, as we're looking at the championship leader Joseph Kang currently in the points, chasing down the rookie Ezekiel Newan. We'll see if he's going to be able to get past the man from the Ivory Coast in 7th.
Yep, absolutely. The South Korean versus the Ivory Coast driver as well. We're going to see how all this experience, because Kang is the one who's probably the most familiar in Super Formula machinery, as well as we see Juan being just ahead of Kang as well. He got a lot of speed for that straight as well, and I don't think Kang will be able to catch him.
Indeed, as they're on board with Pavel Sar, we're witnessing the overtake of Mateusz Material as he's going to try to switch to the inside line there. Let's see if this is going to work. He has the slipstream heading into turn 1, an angle we don't usually see a lot when we see overtakes, but into turn 1 he goes on the inside line. He should be able to get this done. Heading into turn 2, Pavel Sar, not quite over yet, and it is over, done and dusted for Pavel Sar, up into 12th. Nicely done from the Estonian. Great
dummy move there from Sar as well. He's done really impressive actually as he moves up into 12th, as we see Rafael, who just about overtakes Michael Sheeran, I think, but Sheeran will have the outside line heading into the corner now, and he will retain P19.
Indeed, as Michael Sheeran gets past Victor Rafael. There's James Morris Pearson on the inside line of Rafael, though, tried to get past the Brazilian rookies, having a looking on the inside line, but that's compromised him a bit on exit. Could allow Ji Hwan Kyon to try and make a move on the American, who seems to be struggling a lot in this race.
Yeah, it's also very interesting to see that both Doc.Como Team Dandelion racing drivers as well, outside of the points as well. You don't really see that often.
Indeed. I think we've gotten used to seeing Team Dandelion car up there, especially with Yuta Horigome, but parted for greener pastures in the Porsche Super Cup, obviously, as Linus Timel is now chasing down Courtney Simpson. He's going to try to overtake the Jamaican, as we're looking at Pavel Sar once again, who's already on the back of Mikolas Chernik. Here goes Pavel Sar on the inside line of Chernik, heading into the final corner. Let's see if he's going to be able to pull this off then, as the two are going to go wheel to wheel through turn 15, and now then down a start finish straight, heading into turn 1. Pavel Sar sets the fast lap of the race. He's really on fire right now. As we head into turn 1, he's going to go on the outside line, and let's see if he's going to be able to pull it off here.
He needs to maintain that outside line, because he knows very well that in turn 4 as well, he can very well gain that position, as long as he just holds on to the outside line and keep him side by side from Chernik as well. Chernik, he was just ahead of Chernik just a little bit while ago, but he's done everything that he can. He's held the outside line now, and surely he'll be able to move away, and Sar goes up until 11th.
Yeah, just a really he's doing a really good race at the moment, Pablo Sar, and now he could even possibly fight for points as David Juli in 10th is up ahead, but we'll see what he is gonna be able to do.
Yeah, very well. Yeah, impressive as well. Julie as well, who's done also pretty well, pretty good as well for the Croatian driver. That will surely be a battle to see.
Yeah, as Will Parrish, who isn't faring as well as his teammate at the moment, chasing down Mateusz Material for 13th, and the Material has been pretty strong on the defense in these past few laps. Parrish has been struggling to get past the Polish driver.
Yeah, well, Material's not very an easy driver to
Oh,
overtake
I'm
now.
gonna have to
As we
interrupt
see
you there. I'm
Timmel
sorry.
making
Yeah,
way.
that's Timel, who had a look on the inside of Courtney Simpson, but nothing came out of that. As we're gonna head into turn 1, is Timel gonna be close enough? I don't think he can do it from that far back, and he is gonna stay behind. No, he has a look on the inside. Switches to the outside line though. Could he try anything into turn number 2? No. He's gonna have to stay behind for the time being, and Linus will be in 4th.
That was probably a physical message there from Timmel as well, and Simpson as well, showing that he could probably overtake him at will when he can as well. I think Simpson might be a bit under struggle as well. He's been very conservative now for nearly the entire race now, and after an overtake from him, I think it'll only be a matter of time before Linus Timmel is next.
Indeed, it's going to be interesting to see if Timel will be able to get past him. Currently, the Swede is on quite good pace at the moment, so we'll see if he's going to be able to do it. The man who already has a podium to his name in Super Formula at no other track than Bahrain, obviously. As we head through the hairpin, you can see it's about 5/10 of a gap between him and Simpson at the moment.
Yeah, as well. If you could look on the timing board as well, we have not seen any battles currently at the moment for first, but soon that will change because Eric Nowad, I think, will be under challenge from the Italian driver Adam as well. Adam has actually catched up to the Canadian.
Yeah, Ryan Adam has really just closed down the gap on Eric Nosa. That was about a 2-3 second gap, and it's all the way down to a second now. So if he does get close enough, he could maybe be there.
Yeah, and it's going to be very beneficial here on these two straights as here as well. The consecutive straights as well provides a lot of good overtaking opportunities as well, and for reducing the gap as well, which is probably why Adam has managed to get close up now. And now you're going to see that gap close even more further as you see TML. He doesn't make any moves on Simpson just yet.
Oh, I think he's lining up something into turn 2, though. Is he close enough? No, but he is being very creative here, Linus Timel, as he usually is with his driving style. But yeah, there's Noah Clifton though, trying much of the same as he's having a look on the inside line of Shaw. Can he make that stick? No, he cannot, and he's gonna have to stay in 16th for the time being.
It's all just poking his nose in there and just saying what can do to make it work. Can he maybe first force his driver Shaw into maybe a potential driving error so he can maybe gain a position? We have seen people who forced other drivers into errors before in this year so far, and in Super Formula it's definitely no exception.
Indeed, as Timel has a look on the inside line of Courtney Simpson heading into the hairpin, just reminding him that he's there, I suppose. As Clifton very, very close to Jethan Shaw now heading into the hairpin. You can see how close he is getting. I think he definitely could try the move in these following corners.
Yeah, he's really close enough to Shaw as well, and he's definitely not going to give up for sure. So, on top of that, it really is going to be a matter of time as well for Clifton to make his overtake on Jethan Shaw.
Indeed, there's Linus Timel very, very close to the back of Courtney Simpson, not trying anything though at the moment, unfortunately. So he's gonna have to stay behind for the time being. I should mention though, in P6, Zachary Fitzwater, who is closing in by a bit as we look at Timel once again through turn 1. He's taking a bit of a wider line again, but I don't think he's close enough. He isn't.
Yeah, Timel's doing it once again, which is pretty interesting. He's done it for like 3 laps in a row in Simpson now. I'm not quite sure what exactly he's trying to achieve if he's doing it 3 times in a row. But it is very interesting to see, though, and we can see that the pace is definitely there as Clifton goes a bit wide heading into turn 2 as well, which isn't really ideal for his catch up to Shaw.
Indeed, as he goes through the fast turns 5 and 6. You can see he is gaining on him quite a lot through there. Mighty tried into the hairpin once again. I'm not sure he's close enough.
No, he's not going to do it this time.
He thought about it. But he didn't get
the bad exit.
He didn't get the best of exit there, I noticed. And look how much Fitzwater has closed in by.
Yep, now it's in within a second now. That's going to be very problematic for Tim Ells now. Now he's got Fitzwater to deal with behind, who hasn't been fighting, may I add. He hasn't fought with anyone behind him or above him, so he's now ready now, and maybe it'll be short workings for Fitzwater to make a move on Tim Ells.
Indeed, as Joseph Kang, person we haven't shown much of this race, is gonna try and make up a few positions here, trying to get up into 7th, but just isn't close enough yet. At the moment, there's Will Parrish, though. He's going to go down the inside of Mateusz Material, who heading into turn 15. The two are going to be wheel to wheel as Material is there on the inside line. He's going to be on the outside, though, as Parrish switches to the inside line into turn 1. Is that the right choice from the F2 champion? Into turn 1 they go, side by side, wheel to wheel. As we head into turn 2 now, Material will have the inside line as they dance around the corners. Parrish is gonna try to make the move stick, but it just isn't close enough.
No, he isn't. He's trying to go for the inside line, but we all know that the inside line work is not very good, as we see Material once again holds onto his P13 position once again. But Parrish, a very good attempt for him. If he had enough speed in turn 3, I think I would have been positive that move would have worked.
Yeah, it's quite interesting to imagine as Joseph Kang very, very close to the back of Ezekiel Gnewan, not able to close up, as we have Linus Timell still on the back of Courtney Simpson with Zachary Fitzwater in close proximity behind.
Well, Fitzwater is actually kind of making a gap between him and Timell, actually. He's going rather a bit slow. It was down to like 8 seconds, but now it's about 2 seconds now at the moment now. But we'll see if that any changes if Timell once again goes for another attempt on Simpson now. He's going to try it again for turn 15. I'm not sure if it will work this time.
Could work for Linus Timell as he's there on the inside line, side by side with Courtney Simpson. The two are going to go wheel to wheel. It's closer than he's ever been before to Courtney Simpson, and he's going to be there round the outside of Simpson heading into turn 1. Who's going to be last on the brakes into the first corner? It is Courtney Simpson, just a slightly later braking maneuver into turn 2. Timell has the inside line, and thus that will give him the outside through turns 3 and 4, and that should give the Swede the advantage he needs to get up into P4. As now into turn 4 he goes. He's going to be later on the race. He's going to go round the outside. Better traction for Timell, and boom, up into 4th for Linus Timell. Nice stuff from the Buzz Racing driver.
Material once again trying to make it look for a move as well to Parrish, but doesn't quite prevail. Parrish goes into 13th.
Yeah, nice stuff from Will Parrish as well. Finally ahead of Mateusz Material, and up into 13th. It is going to be for Will Parrish. As Linus Timell has now got up to 4th, and he's got free air to push to try and catch up to Mir and FG. But the problem is, it's a 5.5 second gap that FG's built up when Timell was stuck behind Simpson. So podium is looking quite out of reach for Timell, unfortunately.
Yeah, but it's afraid that's what happens whenever you have someone that's being so conservative, who's in the podium position, and then doesn't get picked off right away. This is exactly what happens. You've got too much of a gap, too much of a deficit to able to catch up within the closing stages of the race, and I'm afraid it's bad news for Linus.
Yeah, it's a move he should have done a bit earlier, but it's racing. Things do happen. As Joseph Kang is chasing down Ezekiel Gnewan still for 7th, just isn't able to get close enough to the the man from the Ivory Coast, as Noah Clifton is chasing down the South African Jethan Shaw for 15th.
Interesting thing to note as well in a leading up, the leaders update. Adam has not actually caught up to Eric Nosad or made an overtake as well. It's actually increased as well by 8 tenths now in the last 4 laps.
Yeah, there's Victor Rafael on the inside line of Michael Sheeran. The two are going to go side by side through turn 2. Sheeran is going to be on the inside line with the better traction. Rafael gets the better exit through turn 3. He's just about hanging on there, but into turn 4 we know what's going to happen. Sheeran's going to be on the outside line, and that is the more superior line heading into this corner, and he does defend from Victor Rafael.
Yeah, I think Sheeran knows that his P19 position is going to be under threat from Rafael, so I think he's trying to do all his best to try and slow Rafael as much as he can, because Pearson also looks pretty strong as well, despite having not fight anyone. So I think maybe he might make a move on Rafael, given if the circumstances are right.
Indeed, as here's James Morris Pearson chasing down Victor Rafael. Rafael himself was chasing down Michael Sheeran. Overall, not a good day for Team Dandelion, as their drivers are 19th and 22nd. So, yeah, they're not having the greatest of times, but I guess they're just getting used to the machinery, really.
Yes, all the rookies and returning A0C drivers are getting used to the machinery. So, and some of them do like progress in it in very different ways. So, it's all early beginnings for them for sure.
Indeed, some do adapt faster than others, I'd say, as James Morris Pearson is trying to get past Victor Rafael. He's getting very, very close to the Brazilian, but nothing's happening there at the moment. So he's going to have to stay in 21st, unfortunately, for him, as we have 4 laps to go.
Yeah, it's been a very exciting race so far, particularly in the midfield. Particularly in the midfield battle, not much so on the leaders, but that doesn't make it any less than a very good race here. We've seen a lot of position changes, a lot of battles, and yeah, I mean it's really impressive so far for what these new drivers have done.
Indeed, as Rafael chases down Michael Sheeran for 19th. Sheeran, who really isn't making up any ground on the buzz racing of Andrei Tazon in 18th position. So yeah, that's quite interesting. There is Zachary Fitzwater, who is now actually on the back of Courtney Simpson, so this could be a very interesting battle.
It's been pretty catastrophic for Simpson, to be honest.
Yeah, Courtney's just been dropping down the field, which is a shame considering he started second. But at least there's going to be one Inging car on the podium.
For now.
But Linus Limel doesn't really look like he's gaining much on FG, so yeah, we don't know.
But that's pretty much the case for all of them, for Tamil and for FG, ever since they've overtaken Simpson, because they used probably the majority of their tyre wear and their power, as we put up earlier, that they cannot physically do any more to try and catch up to the leaders, and that's why you've got such 5 seconds between each other.
Indeed.
And this is going to be the case with Fitzwater Senior as well, as we've seen him go wide.
Yeah, Fitzwater is going to struggle, I think, a bit, and he's not.
Shaw's gone wide as well.
Yeah, Shaw's gone quite wide. That could allow Noah Clifton to try and close in, but I'm not sure if he's gonna be able to do anything there. As there is Victor Rafael looking at Zachary Fitzwater, who is still closing in on Courtney Simpson. Is he going to try anything into the hairpin? I don't think so. As there's David Jules, who actually has caught up to, well, I wouldn't say caught up, but he's still behind Rahul Patel for 9th place. I
think Patel has done pretty good defending. If Julie has been Patel has been behind the Indian driver, the Indian Red Bull Mugen driver for so long as well. But yeah, I'm not sure how Julie is still exactly behind him for so long in this race, to be honest. But we'll see if he can maybe make some last-minute position gains heading into the closing stages of this race now, as we've got 3 laps to go.
Indeed, as Jules heads through the final corner, there's Victor Rafael chasing down Michael Sheeran once again. This battle for P19, which has been going on for quite a while now. Nothing has really happened in the past lap, at least.
Yeah, you can see now FG and Tim L now 6 seconds between each other now. So it's going to continue like this as well. As you now see Shaw trying to make the move, and Mateus Material now. Material's got the inside line for turn 1, but if Shaw keeps in the outside line through turn 3, and then surely into turn 4, he'll be able to make a position gain.
Yeah, he's going to be there on the outside line, heading into turn 4, Shaw. He's positioned his car absolutely perfectly as he's going to go around the outside of Mateus Material, and he gets it done on the Polish driver, and he's now up into 14th.
Textbook overtake there from the South African driver as he moves up into 14th as well. So that will be very good for the South African. That's I can't believe I'm saying this, but that will be one thing that I'll be very happy with his performance today, at least.
Indeed, as we're looking at the battle for P9 at the moment, it's Rahul Patel, David Juli, and Pavel Sar. The Indian, the Croatian, and the Estonian are all going to battle it out for the second points-paying position.
Different teams, different experiences, and all of them are going to be fighting for P9 as well. So we'll see how this will pan out as we're entering into the... We've got about 2 laps now to go left, about approximately at the moment, as Patel tries to go down on the outside of the straight now, outside of the racing line. So we'll see how that will pan out now. Pearson, Raphael, and Sharon are in their little battle of their own as well, as you can see.
Indeed, that could get very interesting, as Pearson might be close enough to try something into turn 1, as we look at Pearson's teammate Fitzwater, who is still trying to get past Courtney Simpson.
Oh, we see an overtake here now.
That's Clifton onto Material. Mateus Material dropping like a stone as we head through turn 2. Clifton and Material side by side. I think Mateus is going to be able to defend from the Australian, and he does so.
I wonder if Material is not really doing well in terms of his defending, because he's defended so much from all the positions that he's had in the previous half race or so, because he's been defending it like hell, and he's still kind of concedes, but he's not really one that's easily to give up per se, and that's why it makes him a very good defender as a racing driver.
Indeed, he's done a very, very good job, as there is Joseph Kang still chasing down Ezekiel Newan for 7th. We'll see if anything's going to happen from that, but Kang for these past few laps has just been stuck behind him, and Patel and his little gang has actually, I think, been catching up by a tiny bit each lap.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think he's relatively been less aggressive. I think he knows that his best chances of overtaking is just to be behind him as much as he can until he finds an opportunity that will be good enough to be side by side until the great chance, which is turn 4 and being on the outside line, as we've seen here for countless times as we enter into the final lap.
Yes, now things are gonna get interesting, as Noah Clifton will be wanting to try and make a move stick on Mateus Material this lap, as he has the slipstream. He's looking on the outside line. Is he close enough into turn 1? He's got a very, very good run, but no, he stays behind, or does he? He's in a late launch from Noah Clifton into turn 2. He tries to take the wider line to set himself up for turn 2, but no, Clifton can't do it. But there's Victor Rafael onto, or sorry, that's James Morris Pearson onto Victor Rafael through turn 2. The Brazilian and the American go side by side. Pearson's there on the inside line. Rafael is on the outside line, and I think he should have it easier to defend unless Pearson can get it wrapped up before the corner. He can't at the moment. Rafael is later on the brakes, and he has the better traction around the outside, very close to contact. But Pearson he's going to try to hold it on the outside, goes on a gravel a bit, and thus Victor Rafael will take 20th away. or I should say, he defends 20th position from James Morris Pearson.
That was very first fighting, I must say, especially from Pearson as well. I've never seen anyone defend such close to that to another driver, especially in that corner as well. But
Yeah, but coming around the final corner on his Super Formula debut, he has driven an absolutely flawless race. Eric Noasad wins for Team Impul. What a drive from the young Canadian. Ryan Adam on his return to the ACOC will be second, and Miran Auchi for his second podium in Super Formula will be third.
Simpson finishes in fifth after defending from Fitzwater as well, who finishes in sixth. The Ivory Coast of Rwanda is in seventh, followed by Kang, the championship leader, in eighth. Patel's in ninth, Julie in 10th, Star in 11th, Chernik in 12th. And we'll see here in the back here between Rosendale and Sasanov. Finished 17th and 18th respectively.
It's going to be very close. Pearson tried to get Victor Rafael there, but there we go. That is the race done and dusted. Let's go through the final classifications then of the race here at Sepang. It's Eric Novasad, who he's now a race winner on his debut. Really fantastically done from the Canadian, and Ryan Adam and Miran Evji will round out the podium in second and third. Linus Timell, a very good fourth. He should be proud of that, as Courtney Simpson will finish fifth, and Zachary Fitzwater, senior, in sixth position. Ezekiel Newan will be seventh, with Joseph Kang extending his championship advantage over the field by finishing eighth, and then Rahul Patel ninth, with David Jouli points on debut. Should be very proud of that.
Pavel Sar, the Estonian, will finish in 11th, followed by Chernik, the Czech, will finish in 12th. Will Parrish, in his return, will finish in 13th for the American, followed by Jonathan Shaw, the South African, finishes in 14th. Pretty disappointing for Material's material, but he can be pretty proud with defending as he finishes in 15th, followed by the second of the Australians of Noah Clifton in 16th. Marco Rossefel on his debut finishes in 17th for the Australian, followed by Sasanov. Andrei Sasanov, the Russian, is in 18th, followed by Michael Shirin on his Tier 4 return in 19th. And Victor Rafael, the Brazilian, will finish in 20th for him. 21st is John Murray Pearson, the third of the Americans, finishes in 21st, followed by Colin, the second of the South Koreans, finishes in 22nd, and Hali Sahin, the Turkish driver, finishes in 23rd.
Yeah, and that has been it for Super Formula. Before we go, let's award the driver of the day. And honestly, I cannot really give it to anyone else but Eric Novasad, because I think on your racing debut, to take a win over a lot of experienced drivers, that is really impressive. And he will get my driver of the day.
Yeah, I mean, the Canadian did really well, especially on a debut unlike any other in Tier 4, because Super Formula cards are not really easy to drive, and the fact that he managed to do really well, especially starting from third as well, and getting all the way up to first as well, that is something to be taken account as well. So very impressive there for the Canadian. I think he did really well to get your driver of the day as well, and his performances should definitely be recognized as well.
Indeed, he's done very well, I have to say. But yeah, that has been it then for the ACOC this week. Thank you so much for watching Super Formula today at Sepang. Next round of Super Formula will be once again at Sepang. The double header will come back next week for the second Sepang round, round 7 of the championship. We'll also have Formula 1, Formula 2, and Porsche Super Cup on at the French Grand Prix at Circuit Paul Ricard, so make sure to not miss that. But until then, I have been Miran.
And I've been Jamie.
Thanks so much for watching the